Tetration.
Tetration.
What is
What is
tetration?
tetration?
Tetration is this
Tetration
way
is
of
this way
making
of making
instantly big
instantly big
numbers.
numbers.
To
To
explain how it
explain how it
works,
works,
we'll start
we'll
off
start
simple.
off simple.
Plus.
Plus.
Everyone knows
Everyone
what
knows
plus
what
is.
plus is.
Like 2
Like
plus
2
3
plus
equals
3
5
equals
and 4
5 and
plus
4
7
plus
equals
7
11.
equals 11.
Times.
Times.
Times is
Times
repeated
is repeated
plus,
plus.
meaning it's a
Meaning
shorter
it's a
way of
shorter
adding
way
a
of
number
adding a
to
number
itself
to
several
itself several
times.
times.
Powers.
Powers.
Powers is
Powers
repeated
is repeated
times.
times.
Just
Just like how
like how
times
times
is
is repeated
repeated
plus.
plus.
You may be
You may
wondering,
be wondering,
what comes
what
after
comes
that?
after that?
Well, that's
Well, that's
tetration.
tetration.
Here's an
Here's an
example.
example.
10
10
tetrated to 5
tetrated to
is 10
5
to
is
the
10 to
power
the
of
power
itself
of
5
itself 5
times,
times,
which is really
which is
big.
really big.
10
10
tetrated to
tetrated to
100 would be
100
10
would
to the
be 10 to
power
the
of
power
itself
of itself
100
100
times.
times.
Much bigger.
Much bigger.
How do we
How do we
calculate this though?
calculate this though?
Let's take
Let's
something
take
simple
something
like
simple
3
like 3
tetrated to 3.
tetrated to 3.
3
3
tetrated to 3
tetrated
is
to 3
equal
is
to 3
equal
to
to
the
3 to
power
the power of 3.
3
3
times.
times.
When doing
When doing
tetration,
tetration,
we're trying
we're
to get the
trying to get
biggest
the
number
biggest number
possible.
possible.
So we do
So
this
we
by
do this by
starting the
starting the
calculation from the
calculation
end.
from the end.
This equals
This
3 to
equals
the
3 to
power
the
of
power of
27.
27.
We can
We can simplify this down to approximately 7 trillion,
which is a
which
huge
is a
number.
huge number.
Why
Why
can't
can't we do this the other way round though?
This is
This
because
is
it'll make
because
a
it'll
much
make a
smaller
much
number.
smaller number.
Here,
Here,
we do
we do
27 cubed,
27 cubed,
which
which
is
is only
only 19,683,
19,683,
which
which
is
is
much
much
smaller
smaller
than
than 7
7 trillion.
trillion.
This
This
process we're
process
doing
we're
here is
doing here
known
is
as
known
left
as left
tetration or
tetration
lower
or lower
tetration.
tetration.
Or weak
Let's
tetration.
Try calculate something bigger,
Okay.
like 10 tetrated to 5.
10
10
tetrated
tetrated
to
to
5
5
is
is
equal
equal
to
to
10
10
to
to
the
the
power
power
of
of
itself
itself
5
5
times.
times.
We
We
calculate
calculate starting from the end.
So
So
start
start
with
with this
this 10
10
to
to
the
the
power
power
of
of
10.
10.
This is
This
equal
is
to 10
equal to
billion.
10 billion.
Already
Already
huge.
huge.
10 to the
10
power
to the
of 10
power of
billion
10
is 1
billion is
followed
1
by 1
followed by
billion
1 billion
zeros.
zeros.
10 billion zeros,
10
bro.
to the power of that
Is an
is
instantly
an
big
instantly
number.
big number.
Insanely big
10
number.
to the power of that
Is an even
is an
bigger
even
number.
bigger number.
Okay.
This just shows how extreme tetration really is.
But
But
what
what comes after tetration?
That's something
That's
for
something
another
for
time.
another time.
Okay, stopping.